Welcome, everyone, to episode 22 of Overline Podcast on the Degenerate Sports Network. NFL is upon us. We are less than 24 hours away from the NFL kicking off the official regular season. It feels like Christmas Eve, honestly. I know college football's fun. That was a decent week one. Go Bucks. Uh, but the real deal starts tomorrow. So we're excited for that. Obviously, we'll get into that. Um, how did before we get into picks, how did everyone feel they did last week?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think I put
Not
in,
good.
yeah, I think I put in the chat that life comes at you fast. Is how I felt about week one college football
Jesus
picks.
Christ.
Yeah.
I'm picking up right where I left off last year.
Yeah. I was 3-1, I think, going into week one, and then I'm back at 500 just like that. So
I counted all of my parlay picks, and I'm probably not going to do them moving forward because it really fucked me up. Because I was 4-1. I was one of 6 or 1 out of 7. Like, what the hell? First of all, I feel like Bill Belichick right now. That's how I feel, which is not good, unfortunately, for him. Got absolutely blasted. It not great.
Yeah,
it's not great.
I guess maybe Jordan's going to get some play calling.
Jordan.
Maybe she'll get some calls.
Can't be worse, man.
Yeah,
she'll be the offensive coordinator by week 8.
Sure, gotta try something new, you know.
Dalton, how did NASCAR go for you last week?
Oh my gosh!
Oh no! I was hoping it was going to be positive.
Here's the thing: have I been doing what had been doing the last couple of weeks, I would have. But I didn't take the manufacturer. I just took Christopher Bell. Yeah. So of course, what happened? A different Ford. Instead of taking Bell and Ford to win, I just took Christopher Bell. He didn't win, but a different Ford won. So we're going back to making sure I'm betting a manufacturer this week.
It was such a bad week for me that even my F1 bet, the McLaren double podium didn't hit.
Oh my god!
For like the second time this year.
Yeah,
and
we got really cooked, man.
I had the McLaren 1-2 at like plus 225, and they were first and second, and with like 3 laps to go, one of their cars just stalled, and they DNF'd. It was the biggest just gut. I was like, okay. That was the day after going like 2-4 in college football, so it was just a bad
multi-million-dollar machine just hitting the reset button on you.
One positive.
Just deciding to stop.
Yeah.
One positive for the weekend. I did hit a PLL parlay. So
there we go.
And
that's what matters, folks.
Yeah.
My U.S. Open tennis pick is still going strong. Carlos Alcaraz. I think that wraps up this weekend.
Yeah, he shaved his head. I watched the other morning. I turned
head ass.
Yeah, I'll like turn on the matches and just leave them on while I'm working. And I went up and saw him. I was like, "What the hell?
What the hell is going on?"
And why do they play for 8 weeks almost? It feels like. I feel like they've been freaking playing at this tournament for the past 2 months.
It's a 2-week tournament.
Gosh, tired of it. I'm ready to watch my rerun Sports Center every hour on the hour.
Sports Center, Jesus.
Alcaraz does have to play Djokovic on Friday though, in the semifinal.
He does. One more ride for good old Yoke.
Yeah. But let's get into some picks here. We do have some football, but it's European. Well, I don't even know if it's European. I don't know what league he's betting on, but we have some football from Jake here. So what do you got this weekend for us?
I have 3 English Premier League bets. First one is the biggest swing of the week. I'm taking Sunderland money line over Crystal Palace at plus 400.
Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I will say I'm a Sunderland fan because I watched that Netflix documentary they have on them, and I just became a fan of them.
Same. They made it when that came out, they were in the 3rd division, and then I think they went down another division after, but now they're all the way back in the top division.
Oh, nice.
They got
team
bought.
Right there.
Well, they got bought by some oil money, so they're
Who
kind
is
of
it nowadays?
Man, seems like I'm the only one who doesn't have
when
oil money at this point.
whenever a soccer team like just comes out of nowhere, it's usually just oil money.
Yeah.
But for their fans, after watching that documentary, I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
Speaking of oil money, I miss the Chelsea oil money days of Abramovich. And Russia had to go start a war. And
I know.
And now we have an American that has no clue what he's doing.
Yeah. Soccer is so funny.
Stupid Americans, bro.
That whole club just tanked because Russia started a war. Because their owner got hit with the sanctions.
Yeah.
It's just such a funny sport that like that causes that.
But hey, we're back now. We're back with Enzo Maresca. Yeah. We have a real manager now. Yao Pedro is just a monster.
Cole Palmer.
Do we need to start a soccer podcast? Is that what I'm seeing here?
rough.
Yeah, my soccer bets are not great. So, but neither is my college football. So maybe we should just
lean.
I don't know. Just taking shots in the dark here. But yeah, I'm taking Sunderland this week. They've actually been surprisingly good since being promoted this year. I think they're 2-1 so far, and Crystal Palace, pretty solid side, but they have sold like their 3 best players in this transfer window. So plus 400 for a team playing pretty well against a team that's got some key losses, I think is pretty good value. Also going Aston Villa money line at plus 180 over Everton. I think this is kind of inflated because they lost to Sunderland last week. Or no, they lost to West Ham last week, who was really bad. So they're coming off a bad week. But all in all, they're a good team. I mean, they're in the Champions League this year. So I'll take that against Everton, who is like a perennial 15th in the league team. And then Dalton, I'm betting on your Chelsea as well. I'm taking their money line at minus 130 against Brentford. They're just a much better team than Brentford. I don't know why the money line is only minus 130. That just feels like too good a value to pass up there. But that's all I have for soccer this week.
Yeah, they're a little banged up. I think that might be it because Delap is going to be out for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Delap's barely but that team, anyways.
Yeah, that team has so much depth, and Brentford is just not.
No,
they're not good. They're another team that got gutted by the transfer window.
Yeah.
Every time I hear you make soccer picks, I just like you say teams, and I'm like never even heard of them, and then like sometimes I'll look them up, and it's like they were in some like 5 leagues down for the past 10 years, and all of a sudden they're back up, and I'm like, I just get confused on how this whole relegation system works, and like.
Yeah, they were in the Beans and Toast League, and then and then the Crumpet League, and then it's like they just kind of kept.
Yeah, and then they need to play like
climbing up
Derby, Westchester, Manchurian East to win, and they can get up a level, and then they're going to be in the freaking blood pudding level or whatever.
There is, yeah. Well, about a week ago, like middle of last week, Manchester United lost to Grimsby Town.
See, exactly.
What the hell is that?
All right, Dalton. Dalton, what do you have in NASCAR? What do you have in NASCAR?
Too much. But I believe Wrexham is like on a Premier League trajectory soon, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in the.
You mean the Ryan Reynolds
team?
They're
in the. Yes. Yes, I think they're in the 2nd division now. I think they're in the.
They're in the championship.
Is that the
15th place in the championship? But you know,
it's Premier League, top division, and then championship, and then it's like League 1 through 3, and then it's just like your local plumbers that want to play football on the weekends.
That's exactly. That's what I mean. Like what I just.
That's pretty much what it is. But yeah, like Manchester United last week lost to like a 3rd division side, which is basically like the same as a division. We'll say same as a SEC team losing to like a Division 2 team, pretty much, or Division 3.
Yeah,
something like
that. And
then
what kills me is
Wisconsin Whitewater whooping LSU's ass.
Yeah.
Think of your local community college beating like Ole Miss. That's basically what it is.
It's like what kills me is like you can get a team in like the Premier League and their stadium is like 5 seats, but then you go to like down the street and then you got some like 100,000 seat arena that another team's playing in. I don't get that. Like I don't like it. I don't know. All right, Dalton, what do you have in NASCAR?
So NASCAR, we are at Gateway Motorsports Park this week. So this is down in Southern Illinois for the Enjoy Illinois 300. This is a crazy
the Enjoy Illinois.
Yes.
Is that like their freaking tourism section of their?
Yeah.
What
was it like PureMichigan.com?
Like billboard.
Yeah.
But the Gateway track this week is crazy. So it is thing that's called Worldwide Technology Raceway. They do a lot of Indy races there too. But it's essentially I think it's a little over 2 mile track, and it's got a few different. Part of it looks like a traditional oval track. Part of it looks like a road track, like a road course, and then it also has a 1/4 mile long drag strip on it. So they're
just making shit up, bro,
and real slow. It's gonna be very interesting. So this week, I'm going with a guy who they've raced here 3 times. Denny Hamlin has finished twice the last 2 times. The only other time he hasn't finished second. The only time he hasn't finished. He's finished second.
I was gonna say like he's finished twice. Is like the race period, or is it second place?
I would have finished the last 2 times.
Okay. All right.
And then the only time he didn't finish second is he wrecked like pretty early in the race.
Yeah.
So when he finishes, he's in the mix. We're in the playoff push. He could use a big win. So I like Denny Hamlin this week to win, and I got him at plus 650. I really like the value there for, again, a guy that's been the runner-up at this race twice now. And then I'm also taking Toyota at plus 140 to be the winning manufacturer. So I think Toyotas and Fords have been pretty strong at this track. Also, Hendrick, who has some of the best Chevy cars, the Hendrick cars have been doing terrible lately. So I think that gives a lot of the Ford and Toyota team, especially and when Hendrick's down, Joe Gibbs Racing, which is a Toyota team, they have some of the best cars on the track usually.
All right. And we do have a few comments here from Chris. Sorry, missed one.
I got bad news for you, Chris.
Well, hold on. Yeah, here we go. Bring on the NFL. Hold on. It's funny he says this, a little foreshadowing for me, and it seems like I have some oppositions. Are you in agreement with this statement that he put here, or?
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it, Chris. We'll get to it. Appreciate you watching.
We are going to talk about Kentucky. That is for sure.
We are going to talk about Kentucky. That is for sure. So just stick around here. Before we get to that, Jake, I know you have some F1. We go to some racing that goes right and left, not just left.
So the McLaren double podium has dropped back down to minus 275 after it was minus 350 last week, and I'm gonna bet it again. It would have hit again last week, but yeah, Lando Norris's car stopped working on the 72nd lap, so
just be like that.
That was incredibly frustrating for my bet, but I don't want to ramble about that. But it's only not hit twice the whole year, so I'm gonna keep going with it. I've also got Charles Leclerc finish on the podium. This is Ferrari's home race. He won this race last year, so he has success at this track. He would have finished on the podium last week, but he ended up crashing with about 10 laps left. So he also DNF'd, but he would have been on the podium. Last week was a chaotic race. He crashed, and then he got up and just there's a sand dune next to the track, and he just climbed over the wall and just watched the rest of the race sitting on the sand dune. It was kind of funny. But I think he rebounds here. This is a race Ferrari usually does well at. It's their home track. Plus 125 is decent value. I'm going Lando Norris, race winner at plus 155. He's just had some bad luck. I mean, he's been pretty much top 2 along with his teammate throughout the year. Just like last week, his car stopping near the end. It's just a lot of bad luck. But this is pretty good value for him to win since he's always in the mix. And then the last one is a little complicated. It's race winner without a racer from Red Bull, McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, or Aston Martin. So
that's like all of
that's
the
half the grid. It's half the grid. Half the grid. So this only includes Williams, Red Bull's second team, the Kick team.
Kick.
Kick sponsors the team, like the
Oh
streaming
my
service.
god! All right.
It's a bright green car that has the Kick logo on it. It's so funny. Them and Haas. I'm going Alex Albon at plus 250. He finished 5th last week, and he's doing it in. I mean, this bet is without the top 5 manufacturers, but he's probably doing it in maybe the second worst manufacturer. I mean, it's like a tractor that he's driving compared to other cars, but he got it to 5th last week, and he's consistently like a top 10 finisher.
So what you're saying is if this dude
he can literally finish 11th and win this bet. Yeah, if he was in a good car, he'd be better. That's the thing about F1. Like a lot of these guys just have slower cars than the rest.
Like,
that's crazy to me.
That's what I think is crazy about F1 is like it's like, man, my car, like I'm this really good driver, but like my car is shit, so I guess I'll just lose. And it's like what?
Yeah.
I would lose my marbles.
The Red Bull especially, like Red Bull doesn't even make a good car. It's really just Verstappen. Like it's just like a cycle of people that take the second car on that team, and they always suck. Like whoever it is, it's like a curse.
It's like a sacrificial.
Some teams just like it changes year to year, but
well, I mean, Red Bull gives you wings, so
yeah. What do they need cars for?
Yeah.
Jake, riddle me this.
Like NASCAR, just to compare, NASCAR has everyone's driving the same 3 vehicles pretty much. Now, some teams have more money and they have better cars, but for the most part, the worst car on the track, the worst performing car on the track, and the best performing car on the track, not a huge difference. It's
F1 allows a little bit more. I mean, there's rules you have to follow, but they allow a bit more variance when it comes to building a car. So, and also you would be shocked at how many pit stops get messed up in F1. Like Ferrari, for example, is known as a terrible strategy team or terrible pit stop team because pit stops are supposed to be 2 seconds in F1.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised at how bad some of these teams are when it comes to just strategy or building a car or
and the answer's out there. I mean, oil money. This seems like a sport that should just be
well, McLaren
dudes with billions of dollars to waste.
It kind of goes through cycles where a team just dominates sometimes. It was Verstappen for 3 years, and now it's just McLaren is 1-2 every race, unless something crazy happens. So
their car resets or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
a Windows reset.
That was crazy.
Forgot to pay the internet bill.
He made it 72, 74 laps, and then his car stopped.
I don't know.
All right, but that is our racing segment. Getting closer to the good stuff. We do have some baseball to talk about.
Shade thrown at these two. Damn.
Now that we got that bullshit out of the way.
Yeah, now we're done with the fucking cars. Let's move on.
Hey, I even said we have one more, and I'm not even saying this is a good thing to bet on. It's just shit we have to bet that could be bet on, so we're betting on it. And it's obviously it's MLB. The season's winding down. We're about to get into the postseason. I do have one play for tomorrow, and I actually I love this play. I have the Phillies plus 1.5 against the Brewers. Ranger Suarez is going for the Phillies. Hopefully he can pick it up. I have Pirates plus 1.5 against the Dodgers. Paul Skeens on the mound. If you get plus 1.5 with Paul Skeens on the mound, you have to take it. And then I have Angels plus 1.5 against the Royals. Kyle Hendricks pitching for them. Hopefully, they can get a good outing. And all three of those picks together parlay at plus 285. So you're not getting like a huge payout on this, but I'm just loving the value out of it for getting these three teams at plus 1.5 with who they got on the mound.
I got baseball. I got 3-legger. I got Pirates plus 1.5 as well because they're going to lose 2-1. That's what happens when Paul Skeens starts. So I'm pretty comfortable with that one. Astros plus 1.5 against the Yankees, mostly because fuck the Yankees at this point. And the Brewers plus minus 1.5. I actually taking their side of things, mostly because the odds boost is plus 160. So it gets me to plus 600 on a 3-leg parlay. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I also got an MLB parlay this week. I've got a few very unfun parlays this weekend. This is one of them.
Oh, fun.
So,
I love that.
Dodgers Pirates. I'm taking under 7 runs.
Nice. Good.
You get plus 100, plus 101 value on it. Plus, Paul Skeens on the mound. So, like you said,
interesting.
They're going to lose 2-1.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And then Yankees Astros. I'm taking under 8.5 runs. Pretty good pitching matchup. And I just think it'll be a pretty tight, low scoring game. And same goes for Phillies Brewers. I'm taking under 8. Again, two good teams. I think, they're good because they have pretty good pitching staffs through their bullpen. And I think it'll be like a 4-3 game. So those three, if all three of those unders hit, comes out to plus 591.
Nice. I see why it's unfun. No runs.
Yeah.
Just watch a bunch of pitching duels all night tomorrow night.
You know what's fun about that bet, though, and betting on baseball? And I know this is kind of shitty to say when you bet, but, like, you don't really have to watch those games. Like, when you're betting the unders, it's best to just let that one marinate and then check it around, like, 11 o'clock or so right before you go to bed. Like, I got an extra $30 in my account or whatever.
Nice.
Well, the nice thing is, too, I'll be, like, literally ready to go to sleep towards the end of that Yankees-Astros game, so that'll be perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw it on.
Oh, fucking 10 rounds, fuck
bed.
them guys, and then go to sleep.
Just watching a quick rubber match. That sounds awesome to fall asleep to. Jake, you got anything for baseball this week?
No, I'm thankfully done with baseball.
Jake's like, I'm tired, boss.
Yeah.
Just bet against the Rockies and the White Sox.
I don't know if the Rockies. Yeah, I don't even know if they play tomorrow, but they'll still end up losing somehow.
We all lose when the Rockies play.
Yeah.
Do you guys see the Red Sox somehow gave up a home run that would be a home run in 0 out of 30 ballparks?
What?
Yeah, I saw it was like a 306-foot home run or something.
Was it
I didn't
inside?
Watch it though.
It was a weird sneaky pull home run.
Oh.
But
was it at Fenway in that little freaking corner that curls in super hard?
And it went off of an outfielder's glove and over that little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just saw a 306-foot home run, and I was like, "What?"
Can American players go to the Saudi League? I don't know.
I'm assuming he's talking about soccer. I think.
Yeah.
And yes, you can go anywhere. Any team can buy you from anywhere.
Yeah.
And with that oil money,
that sounds terrible when you think about it, Jake.
Okay,
you have to agree.
I know what you're saying, but it does sound funny to say it though. It's like you can just be bought from anywhere, dude.
Yeah,
I could get bought tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know by who, but someone.
Before we get into the football picks, I wasn't going to say that because you did say a few key words. You're like, they're renting guys out. They're selling this guy.
The player loan system with soccer is so funny to me. Like it's hysterical. I think that guy thinks that he's getting bought by somebody.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Back in their heyday, Chelsea used to literally send 30 guys out on loan at all times.
Yeah,
they had the best youth team in the world.
Yes,
and then they would just take all these 19-year-olds and put them on loan to the Dutch league for 5 years, and they would never actually play for Chelsea. And then they'd end up somewhere else in their mid-20s and be really, really good.
Yeah, I don't understand all the loan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just – all right. before we get back into
The
it.
American brain.
Casey's
Yeah.
brain is about to
I know. I'm about to
Yeah.
be like the freaking F1 car, dude. I'm about to just hard
She's like,
reset.
"Where's the draft for
Yeah.
soccer?"
Yeah.
No.
Where's Arch Manning going to play next year?
Yeah. Like,
all right. Yeah. Let's just get into it. Let's get into college. Let's get into college football.
I saw a podcast today. Asante Samuel has a podcast, and he said he had a video, and it just said if Arch Manning is higher than a 5th round pick, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Wait, was this Asante Samuel or Asante Samuel Jr.? The one that's
Asante Samuel.
Okay, the one that's like retired, played for the Eagles years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a podcast now.
That's hilarious.
Like everybody else on the planet does,
including us.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Including us. That's what when Casey said a soccer podcast, I literally shut my camera and mic off. I'm like, Shane, try not to start a podcast challenge. Possible, pretty much. No, anyway.
All right, before we start another podcast, let's get into college football here.
You start a podcast that you can then start other podcasts. That's what happens.
So we'll go around the circle here, give our locks for the week. I'm going to start off with a guy we were just poking fun at. I'm taking Texas Arch minus 36.5 against San Jose State. I think this is a big bounce back week for them.
They better did.
I think Arch did show some flashes against Ohio State. He also had some very, very concerning throws. Don't know what that was about, honestly. That I think that woke a lot of people up to stop saying he was the Heisman frontrunner, national champion already. Like he still has some developing to do. But San Jose State coming in to Austin, Texas. Give me the Longhorns minus 36.5. Huge bounce back week for them. If they don't cover the spread on this one, they can't win this. They have to cover the spread to be back, and they have to assert their dominance, in my opinion.
Fair enough. For my lock, I'm gonna do, and this I hate to do this to I hate to do this to Chris. Ole Miss minus 10.5. At Kentucky. Kentucky fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
They're bad.
Chris, if you're still watching, just hold on. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy.
They ruined my upset pick last week. But they are still ass.
They're not good, bro.
Hold on, Chris.
What was it, like 12-7 or something like that? What was the score of that game?
It was much less than an SEC team should be Toledo by.
Dude, Kentucky fucking sucks, dude. I'm sorry. Ole Miss, I don't know how good Ole Miss will be this year, but they're better than Kentucky. Yeah, they're more than 10 points better than Kentucky. I'm sorry. That feels.
If Ole Miss doesn't cover this, we need to ask serious questions about Ole Miss, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. So.
All right.
They might. Ole Miss might score 20 points. Kentucky will score 0 in that situation. Like that.
I think Casey has a Kentucky bet in the chamber.
Listen,
Chris, we might have to bring you on. We might.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I have nothing against Kentucky personally, and
I don't either.
But I saw Ole Miss was minus 10.5 against Kentucky, and then I checked back their game from last week, and I was like, no, no, we're not doing this.
I'll have a proposition here in about 5 minutes, but let's.
All right.
I thought about betting this as my lock, but my only thing keeping me away from this is I just don't trust Lane Kiffin. That's kind of.
I mean, that's a pretty good life message, to be honest with you, is to not trust. This warms my heart, guys. Yeah, good. I'm glad,
You're
Chris.
welcome, Chris.
I will gladly be wrong about that. I'm fine, but
I did go kind of similar direction to Casey. In terms of bounce back games, I'm taking Clemson minus 33.5 at minus 108 against Troy. Troy is like a average at best Sunbelt team right now. Yeah. And Clemson, I think, still is a very good team. I think they played a very good team in LSU, and just didn't look great. But I mean, I think it's still a good team. This week's going to be a get right game. I mean, this is a Cade Klubnik's stat pad game. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah, probably.
He is going to just absolutely go off and get himself back into the Heisman running with just.
He's going to run for like 100 yards randomly for no reason. Yeah,
Yeah. All right, Jake, what do you got for a lock?
I am rolling with. I was going to pick Ole Miss -10, but I will go with my other lock, which is Navy -21.
Ooh, all right.
Navy's playing UAB, who just gave up 514 yards to an FCS team. Half of those were on the ground. They did win. It was 52-42, so I'll give them credit for that. But they gave up 500 yards to an FCS team, 42 points to an FC team. Not a great look. Half of those were on the ground, and Navy is coming off. I gotta be honest. I don't know who they played. I've never heard of the school in my life, so that we'll take their performance with not too much seriousness. But they just scored 52 points and ran the ball for 464 yards. So
that's a Navy special.
That option game is going to destroy UAB. I have Navy -21 for my lock.
Yeah,
I like it.
Navy might not even put a wide receiver on the field at all. They might not even have to.
They had 556 yards last week and 464 were rushing. That was 92 passing yards.
And there's 92 passing yards just for fun.
Yeah. They're going to kill Army this year.
Yeah. It seems like it.
I mean, did you guys see Army lost like Tarleton State?
Yeah. It's not a good look.
No.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into our favorite picks of the week for college football. I'm going with one of the bigger matchups this week, Michigan-Oklahoma over 44.5 in this one. I'm taking the over in this one just because both teams, Michigan scored 34 last week, and I think Oklahoma had around the same amount of points, maybe a little bit less. Both these teams need to prove something, and as much as I hate to say this, I think Underwood can be really good at Michigan. I'd like to see what he can really do. I think this will be his first test against Oklahoma. I think this is going to be a shootout game. I can see both teams scoring 30-plus points in this one.
I like it.
Fair enough. I was checking something, Casey. Are we doing favorites or
yes?
Underdog?
Yeah,
okay, I thought favorites. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's going to sound a little bit crazy. My favorite bet is Texas Tech -48.5 at home against Kent State.
I saw that on the sheet, and I was like, Shane is going to pick against
exactly. Kent State was this close to losing to Merrimack. I'm sorry. Texas Tech could put their backups in and win by 40. We're not doing this shit. Kent State needs to be relegated to the freaking whatever our version of fucking the third league in Britain would be. Get them out of here, bro. Get them off the field. What are we doing?
I think I bet on Kent State. I think it was against like Michigan or Penn State or something, but I bet on their spread at like 52 points and they still didn't cover.
I know. It was last year. Penn State
this is a good bet.
Yeah, I had to do it. I'm like, oh, that's right. Kent State plays a real football team this week and barely beat a non-real football team last week.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here?
I think we just
pull the funding, Kent State. Whatever. What are you
the funding?
I think we just relegate them to a European soccer league anyways.
Right,
just send them over.
Yeah. Don't even teach them how to just be like, no, just go over there. Figure it out. If you win a game, you can come back.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Dalton, what do you got for your favorite pick this week?
So I'm also betting on the Michigan-Oklahoma game this week. I'm taking Michigan +4.5 against Oklahoma. I feel really good. I thought about taking them outright. Full disclosure, I did get an odds boost on this game. It was at -105, which honestly, I really like that value already. But with the odds boost, it actually became +127 on just to cover 4.5. And I think they could very realistically win this game outright. But I do like them to keep it close. I think it will be a field goal game. I think this will be a pretty tight game. I think Michigan overall has a better roster than Oklahoma. Oklahoma does have a legit quarterback, though, in John Mateer. That might be the difference. It's kind of why I'm a little scared to take Michigan outright if it's a close game at the end. But I do think it'll be pretty tight, and I think Michigan should have no problem keeping it within a field goal.
Yeah, I was a toss up for me with either taking their points or the over in that one.
My favorite bet is going to be Central Michigan plus 22.5 against Pittsburgh. I know Pittsburgh just.
Yeah, I was wrong about that one, guys. My bad.
Yeah.
I was mostly doing that for shits and giggles, but still, they really got their ass handed to them. God damn.
They must have played the clip right before kickoff.
Like, this fucking idiot thinks that we're going to lose to Duquesne tomorrow.
I mean, Duquesne is basically an Ivy League school.
Yeah.
An all black name.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Jake.
I mean, no, you're good. Pitt looked good, but I'm taking Duquesne with a grain of salt. The reason I'm taking this 22.5 is because Central Michigan, they looked pretty good last week. They beat San Jose State 16-14. But the main thing that I'm looking at is their 236 rushing yards in that game. They controlled the tempo. They controlled the clock. They ran the ball extremely well. I don't think they're going to run it as well against Pitt. They're not going to run for almost 250 yards like they just did. But I will say I think they can eat up some clock. Their defense played pretty well. They're going to lose this game probably by multiple scores, but I think they can score enough and just eat up as much time to cover this 22.5. I mean, they can lose by 3 touchdowns and still cover. So,
yeah.
I will say the MAC impressed me in week 1.
Action.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a few bad games, but overall I think they did pretty well for a lot of their opponents. So, Chris, I hope you're still watching. We're moving to underdogs. I think we're all knowing.
Give it to us, Casey. Give it to us.
I think we all know where I'm going with this one. Give me Kentucky money line plus 295 against Ole Miss. It's in Lexington at Kroger Field. This seems like a typical Mark Stoops win waiting to happen. Starting the season 7-0 and then we're losing the rest of the games. They always somehow beat a team that, in theory, they should have no chance of beating. And Ole Miss seems to be one of those teams that they usually play pretty tough. And without Jackson Dart there anymore, and like we said with Lane Kiffin, you just never know what you're going to get with Ole Miss. If Kentucky can keep this close going into the fourth quarter, I really think that they have this one. So I'm taking this one, and I'm loving it. I almost took it as my favorite, but Kentucky money line plus 295.
Well, Casey,
if that hits, me and Shane are never going to hear the end of it.
Yeah, I know. We won't. I was going to say, well, I wish I could wish you luck. I can't in this scenario, Casey. I apologize.
It won't be from me. It'll be from Chris. Now here, well, I did say I was going to have a proposition. And
there you go.
Fair enough. All right.
If UK wins this, I think Chris should come on for a few minutes and just be able to say his piece on.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I have no shame about it.
Yeah, and there we go. They beat Ole Miss last year at Ole Miss.
Here's the thing. I will say, I actually think not having Jackson Dart's probably a positive at this point.
Yeah,
in my opinion, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
My underdog is Kansas money line at Missouri. I think Kansas is a pretty good team this year. I think they're going to be pretty good. I think Jalen Daniels has looked very good to start the year at quarterback, which is a big thing for them. And I want to like Missouri. Dalton, Prabula had a great debut there. See what he can do this year. But I just have a feeling that it's still Missouri, and I think Kansas is just close enough to their level that them being plus 198 to win outright is a little rich, and I'll take those odds there.
That's fair. I'll talk more about that game later when we get into parlays. But I get it. So this week for my long shot, I'm going pretty long odds, but I like the value here. Going with the best one of the toughest running backs in college football right now. South Florida quarterback Byron Brown.
Yeah.
South Florida at plus 600 money line to beat Florida this week. I love the value. I don't think it should be. I mean, plus 600 just feels like a lot for a team that just ran a playoff team in Boise State from last year. They ran them out of their own building. I mean, it was bad. Like they smoked Boise State. I mean, everyone's talking about what Florida State did to Alabama. I mean, what South Florida did to Boise State's just about as impressive.
Yeah.
I know Boise State, they did lose some guys, especially Ashton Genty, but like it's still a pretty good team. Like it's still one of the better teams in the country.
Respectable program, typically.
Yeah. And South Florida kicked the shit out of them.
They did. Yeah.
And yeah, Florida looked pretty good last week against Long Island University. I mean,
Long Island University.
I couldn't even tell you if they're an FCS program or Division II. I really don't know. But let's put it this way. It's going to be a major step up in competition. And I think this is a game. I'm not convinced Florida's like a legitimate team yet. I'm still refusing to believe that Florida's back. I know DJ Lagway looks solid, but they got to prove it first. This is a game I can see them sleepwalking through and getting upset by a team that's ready to go.
I like it.
Nice. I'm going UConn for my money line against Syracuse at plus 215.
Shane hates that right now.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, I know we were talking about UConn last week, but they played Central Connecticut, so take it with a grain of salt. But they won 59-13.
Yeah, the other Connecticut.
Syracuse is a better team than UConn, but I like the vibe here. I can't really explain it a different way. UConn ran the ball really well. They picked up 260 yards on the ground. They didn't even win the time possession battle, even though they scored 59 points. I think that just shows how efficient their offense was. Again, against a bad team, but the offense is humming, and they're playing a Syracuse team that just gave up 246 yards on the ground. So I think if they can be efficient offensively, maybe eat up a little bit of clock with the running game, I think they can keep it close. And I just don't think the Syracuse team is really very good. So at plus 215, I'm rolling with UConn, which I don't think I've ever said before on this podcast. So
I'm rolling with UConn. When the aliens come down,
yeah,
when the aliens come down, give me UConn. That's still such a funny. Anyway.
All right. I know we had some parlays for college football. I only took. I have two, and I don't even know if one of them you'll be able to get anymore because I can't even find it anywhere.
Took it off the books.
Yeah. So I'm just going to give my one because I don't want to give one that you can't bet anymore. But I just parlayed my picks and it's at plus 1293. So Texas minus 36.5, Michigan, Oklahoma over 44.5, Kentucky money line.
All right. I have the 3 picks I made and 2 others in a 5-legger. So I have Illinois minus 3.5 at Duke. I think Duke's fine, but I think Illinois' defense is definitely for real, and I think the offense looked like it's going to still be a decent unit like it was last year. Obviously, the Kansas money line I already talked about. Texas Tech minus 48.5, Ole Miss minus 10.5, and the Oklahoma I'm actually going to take the minus 5.5. I just don't know if I trust a true freshman quarterback against an SEC team, even an SEC team that is maybe just a good one and not a great one in Oklahoma. Like I think Michigan has really good rosters. They always do. The talent's always there. But I just think it's asking a lot for a young kid, despite looking as good as he did. He has an arm to him, like for real. Like that's true, like elite arm strength for the college level already. I just don't know if he'll be ready to go into a situation like that and beat Oklahoma. So I think Oklahoma can at least take it by a touchdown. So minus 5.5 felt good. And that's a plus 4,097 on the 5-leg.
Nice.
All right. So I'm with you on the Illinois pick. Casey Moll's taking Illinois. I got him at minus 3. I just think, you've got a good Big Ten team against an okay-ish ACC team. I'll take them to cover a field goal every day of the week. And then I'm taking Iowa +3 against Iowa State. Iowa State just looked awful that first week against Kansas State, and I'm just not convinced that they're a very good team. Iowa, I think, they're at least going to play really good defense. We know that.
We know that about Iowa.
Yeah, and I think they do have a little bit more this year on offense. I think they can keep this close. I think I like them laying a field goal because, one, if it's a field goal game, it pushes. And two, I think more than likely this is a 21-20 game, one way or the other, because that's how every Iowa State-Iowa game goes, it feels like.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And plus home team has been really bad in that rivalry lately. For some reason, the home team has struggled.
Mm.
And then finally, I am taking Missouri -6.5 at home against Kansas. It's just good SEC team against maybe good Big 12 team. I don't know what a good Big 12 team is, honestly.
Yeah, what is a good Big 12 team, One of life's burning questions.
Yeah, I think most matchups, if you give me a Power 2 team against one of the next two conference
Power 2 team, I love it.
It's time we just accept
I know, but it's just funny to think about.
It's honestly like a Power 10 of just 10 teams.
Back in my day, we had 5 powered conferences.
Yeah. Oh, get ready. A dozen teams from the Big Ten and a dozen teams from the SEC are going to then grab Clemson, Miami, Notre Dame, and a few others, and they're just going to create their own 32 league team super league, and it's just going to be the NFL of college football.
Oh my god!
If they're really good with it, what they'll do is in that league they'll include a promotion relegation system.
All right, let's not get into the soccer. Let's not get back into it. This is not a soccer podcast.
Yeah. Anyways,
college football now.
Those 3 picks: Missouri -6.5, Iowa +3, Illinois -3. Those 3 parlay at +581.
Nice.
Jake,
you got
nice. Yeah, I have the 3 bets that I talked about. Then I have the Ole Miss -10. I have SMU -2.5 against Baylor. And the last one I have is Fresno State money line against Oregon State at +124 because Oregon State is not very good. But those 6 picks come out to, well, technically it's not dead yet. It's basically just the new Mountain West, but
it's
pretty much dead. Yeah.
Let's let her die.
Let me just. I'm not ready to move on. So those 6 picks come out to +9,195. So $5 bet pays out to $464.76.
There we go.
Yeah, nice. Like it. Yeah,
Can we talk about how much money the Big 12 spent on rating the Pac-12 and the ACC with just the Pac-12 teams that nobody wanted, and SMU is already a better conference.
Yes.
Than the Big 12, by a lot. The Big 12 is just it's rough. They spent all that money. Terrible.
It's the new Big East, in my opinion.
It's
just a basketball conference. That's all it is.
It really is.
So yeah, it's the Big East of the South almost. So whatever, Big 12. Good luck to you this year. Now let's get into what everyone's here for. NFL Week 1. Starting tomorrow, obviously, we have the Eagles and Cowboys. That should be a fun one for one side, I think. But who knows? It's a new season. We've seen the defending champs come and lay an egg in the first week and look clueless, but we'll see. We'll go ahead and kick off with our locks for the NFL. Feels good to say that. Haven't said that in 365 days or whatever. Less than that, obviously, but feels like a whole year. But 2 of you are about to be happy. I'm taking the Raiders +3 against the Patriots. I don't know. I think this Raiders team's got it. I think that some of those games that they didn't look too great in last year, just because obviously they had AOC back behind quarterback and some other issues. I think some of that got addressed, maybe not fully this year, but I'm liking the Raiders +3. Drake May's got to show something for me. I mean, he's still unproven in my opinion, but he's one of those guys that everyone thinks he's already a Super Bowl caliber guy, and so, for some reason.
Well, as long as he doesn't throw to his wide receivers, the Raiders should win this game.
Yeah. But yeah, so Raiders +3 lock. We'll see what happens.
Wow, interesting. I don't hate that. I don't. For my lock, this one just like I'm gonna just do the thing that always happens with this team and pick them to start well and then end poorly. Give me Dolphins +1.5 at the Colts. It's early in the season. The weather isn't a problem.
Yeah.
Tua is currently healthy. I think that the offensive firepower will be enough to win this game on the road, and the Colts will, be trying to figure out things for a minute with Daniel Jones, a quarterback as well. Of course, we've talked a lot about that on multiple different shows here. So I think the Dolphins can take care of business early in the season. It's just whether or not this team will be intact by like week 7. That's really the question with the Dolphins. So
that's generous.
I like that. I was really surprised that the Colts are favored in that one.
I mean, they're at home. They're both teams have a lot of question marks. Like I get that. Like I think they're similar caliber of teams, just for different reasons. So,
I mean, you figure if they're a 1.5 point favorite at home, that means neutral site. It'd be like Miami -1.5.
Yeah, so it's
true.
Bigger.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So for my lock this week, I'm still like very concerned at why the spread is where it is on this game, but I'm taking Commanders -6 against the Giants. I got that at -108. That feels really close for a game that I think I'd be surprised if the Commanders didn't win by double digits. I mean, the Commanders are just a lot better of a team than the Giants right now, I think. Even if the Giants are a little more competent this year, I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with Washington, even with Washington's defense kind of struggling. The Giants are going to have to, unless the Giants defense really puts on a show, I think Washington's going to win that one by probably closer to 14.
Nice. I like that. Yeah, I think week 1 is weird in the NFL when it comes to lines. Like we're basing a lot of this off of last year, and there's so many things that you can't remember that happened that. But yeah, that line is still
it's a weird one.
Yeah, they know something we don't. It seems.
Oh yeah, I know I'm getting burnt on that.
My lock this week is going to be Steelers -3 against the Jets. This is going to be a real ugly game. But I just don't think the Jets are going to do much of anything on offense. I really, with their receiving core and Justin Fields, who's never been a consistent passer in the NFL, against that secondary, I don't think they're going to throw the ball much. They can run the ball, but that gets harder losing Elijah Vera Tucker today. Steelers defensive front is a little weak, and we still don't know if Cam Hayward's going to play. I think he probably will.
He's going to play. I'm pretty sure
he's going to play. He's just being a little funny about it. But I think this is a 18-13 Steelers win or something like that. It's going to be a messy game, but I think they can win by a field goal.
Yeah, I like that. All right, let's get into our favorite picks for this week. This one's, if you watched the NFL show before we hopped into the betting show, I am taking the Bengals -5.5 against the Browns. Now, this is a very dangerous pick because the Bengals historically in the past, in the Joe Burrow era, have just shit the bed. I should have looked up how many combined wins they have in the first 3 weeks over the past 5 seasons, but I'm
the last
sure
3 years they're 4-8, I think, in the first month.
So it's not good. If the Bengals are going to be any better this year, they need to come out and take care of a Browns team that has no idea what their identity is on offense, which will help the Bengals defense because they also don't know what their identity is on defense. But Bengals minus 5.5.
Yeah, the Browns offense and Bengals defense is like a inanimate object moves unstoppable force.
Yeah, both of them are either going to both of them are going to either put up some historical stinky performance or it's going to be one of the best offensive defensive performances we've ever seen in our life.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say with that, like I looked at that game and like I do agree, like that's the play with it. But Burrow is 3-5 against the Browns in his career. Weirdly enough, he was
That's such a weird
1-5.
stat.
He was 1-5 until last year when they beat him twice. So like maybe that trend is changing. But it is an oddly bad matchup for Burrow all the time. I'm not really sure what that's about.
And like I said, this pick is like it. I'm stupid for taking it, but I just feel like I don't know. Am I insane for thinking that it has to be the year that they come out and look good?
I think
I bet that also.
Yeah. Also, I think the trend might be this year just taking the points against the Browns every week, possibly. I mean, I'm curious, what did you guys put as the floor for them wins-wise this year?
3.
Yeah, 3 or 4, yeah. I said that they could possibly start the year out 3-6 or 3-3 through the first 6 weeks and then not win another game till like week 14 on a fluke.
Yeah. I see. I mean, I think like I hope 3 is as bad as it could be, but I mean, who knows? I mean, if we see 3 different quarterbacks playing this year, it could be.
Oh, we will.
3 might be this. 3 might be.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 4 or 5 quarterbacks play for this team. Like if they had to bring people in, like I would not be surprised.
Retrade for Kenny Pickett in week 7. Like.
Sorry, man, we should have kept you.
I would love that. Get him off my team.
Yeah, for real, please. I cannot believe we gave up a 5th round pick.
We can't go down this road. We cannot go down this road.
Yeah.
Kenny Pittsburgh.
Shane, did you give your favorite pick yet?
No, not yet. My favorite pick. I can't decide how high I want to be on this team because I need to see I need to see this team with real actual defensive players on it before I can judge it very harshly one way or the other. But give me Panthers money line at Jacksonville week 1. I think it's going to take a minute for Jacksonville to figure this thing out with Cohen. I do think they will eventually do it. But if they get the version of Bryce Young that we were seeing at the end of last year in this game, and that defense is like actually playable because they have real players on it now, I think they could go in there and beat Jacksonville. I do. I just don't know if I trust Jacksonville quite yet early in the season, whereas the Panthers have been building this thing up, especially on offense at the end of last year. And now they have a defense that can actually be coordinated now. Like they have real NFL players on it.
Yeah.
So I do think that could easily happen. And it's not too – they're plus 3.5 is I'll talk about that later on a different parlay I have. But I do think they're going to be very competitive, if nothing else in that game.
Yeah, the Panthers.
I love that play.
Yeah, the Panthers oddly feel more established than the Jaguars right now for some reason.
There's less new things going on.
Yeah,
they actually do have more continuity.
Yeah, it just feels. I don't know. They feel like a more mature team. I don't even know why I feel that way.
I'm interested to see if the end of last season was a fluke, but he was actually playing some really good football.
Yeah, that team looked good.
Yeah. Also,
he almost beat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is also Dave Canales coaching against his protege, which I think is going to be interesting to see that wrinkle. I actually, the Panthers money line plus 150. That was actually my underdog pick. I'll give that now. My favorite. I'll do my favorite bet when we do underdogs because my favorite's actually kind of an underdog. So I'll do that when we go there. But no, I'm taking Panthers plus 150. I really like that, and that was my only that was my longest odds bet this week, just because there's not a lot of great value
And you're not going to get huge numbers like you do in college football in the NFL very often.
There's no minus or plus 17. No, unless you're getting the Browns maybe in week 15, you might get plus 17.
Yeah, there's only 2 that are at plus 300 or higher this week, I think, and one of them's the Cowboys.
Yeah, if you ever if you ever see a team in the NFL like plus 450 or above, just don't it's not worth it.
Probably not.
That's like a plus 2,000 in college football almost, in my opinion.
Yeah. My favorite this week was going to be the Panthers plus 3.5, but I'll go to the Cardinals minus 6.5 against the Saints.
I like this one too.
This just feels like Cardinals need to win this game by a touchdown. If they're going to take the next step, they need to cover the spread here.
Also, early season Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Pre-COD release Kyler Murray.
Pre-October Kyler Murray is sweet. But the Saints are just going to be real bad this year. And I actually do think this Cardinals team should be pretty good. It should be a team contending for the playoffs. So I think you have to start off by beating the Saints by a touchdown. If they don't cover the spread, I'll be a little worried. Saints are bad.
Yeah, I love both those picks. I was contemplating taking both those. I probably will bet them outside the show anyways.
Real quick, we got some news. Some NFL news just broke. The Giants are selling it's not huge news. The Giants are selling a minority stake in the team, though, to the Koch family.
The Coca-Cola family?
No, Koch, Koch.
Oh,
the Koch brothers. Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah. No, that actually is how you pronounce it.
Good thing too. They go by brothers.
Yeah.
But John Mara now owns less of the Giants. That's the important thing.
Congrats, Giants fans.
Yeah,
you're one step closer.
One step closer.
Now you get Coke.
Yeah.
Woo.
And the woman that bought the stake, Julia Koch, her personal fortune is reportedly in the neighborhood of $74 billion.
Ooh.
Man,
wow.
Let me hold $20.
Yeah, man. Maybe I should just give up.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into our underdogs. Let's become billionaires with these picks here.
That's the goal, folks.
Yeah, that's the goal with betting.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, to profit money. Quit your job and just become a full-time sports bettor.
Yep.
Actually, don't do that. Anyways, underdogs this week. This one, like I said, you're not going to get huge odds in the NFL, so this at plus 130 doesn't seem crazy, but they are underdog. I'm taking the Texans at the Rams. Everyone is super high up on the Rams. I'm not saying they're going to be a bad team this year, but what is Matthew Stafford going to be this year? I think C.J. Stroud is wanting to take the next step. I don't think he had a terrible year last year, but he definitely had a second sophomore slump.
That's the thing is, I personally have heard that a lot. I don't think the tape reflects that. I think their offensive line was terrible. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was too much of a step down for him. I still think he played great.
He just got his ass beat more consistently, frankly. But we'll see.
So
I don't think it's going to necessarily be better this year, though. So it's the problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
but I think that I'm going to take this betting on the Rams not being where I think everyone thinks they are, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we don't technically know that Matthew Stafford can still play football yet.
Yeah, he could be dead.
Just wait for that Saturday afternoon Schefter tweet.
And be like, Schefter reporting Matthew Stafford's his back actually exploded on contact whenever he was in practice this week. That makes sense. As much as I don't think that this team is going to end up winning this division, I know that Dalton, I know you felt like that. I feel like with the Rashawn Slater thing, I'm a little bit worried about it too, but I am taking the Chargers to win outright on Friday night. I think that early season Chiefs are going to be a much different team than later season Chiefs when they get Rashee Rice back and they get some more kind of experience for guys like Josh Simmons and Xavier Worthy continues to grow. Like, I think early they're susceptible, but I do think later they're going to kick it up a notch. But this is where the Chargers can try to have a little bit of a leg up on them potentially by winning this opening game. They just got to try to make sure they can actually pass protect well enough, which, to be fair against the Chiefs, like other than Chris Jones occasionally playing edge rusher, not a ton you have to worry about when it comes to that. Yeah. So at least at the tackle spots. So I think I can trust that they can make this a good game at least, and if not, win it outright. So
yeah. And it being overseas just helps
it
that even
throws a whole wrench into things.
Yeah.
That game in Brazil last year was kind of wild.
It was disgusting.
Yeah. Shane, we're on the same wave. Right now. I'm also taking Chargers money line.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. But, the only thing that has me worried about this, which I kind of forgot about when I was picked, because honestly, I was like, this game is at worst a toss up for the Chargers, and that value felt really good. The only thing is it is an overseas game, which I think on that shitty field. I think the Chargers being able to run the ball pretty well is going to be a huge factor for them.
Yeah.
But my worry is I feel like for an overseas game like this, Jim Harbaugh and Andy Reid probably I would imagine they probably have the opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of approaches to these types of games. Like, I can see like Harbaugh being like super rigid with stuff, and then like Andy Reid just being like, yeah, we're going to go hang out, have fun, and take care of business. I'm curious to see which.
Do not let Travis Kelce leave the building.
Yeah. Or any of their receivers. The more thing.
Yeah. None of
those wide receivers, especially those wide receivers.
Yes, those wide
receivers.
None
of them should leave the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to be on a leash because they might end up dead.
It's very possible, of course.
Like, I'm really not even joking. Like, you get yourself into something down there.
Yeah.
Like, you can very quickly end up shot.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even a joke.
And Harbaugh
do not let Rashee Rice.
Rashee's luckily suspended and not around. He did some other stuff that he almost
Could you? All right, two things. First off, Harbaugh seems like that dad, that typical boomer dad on Facebook where he reads all the articles about Sao Paulo and he's like,
you're not allowed to leave the building, guys. You need 3 escorts.
And then
no leaving the facility without a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it seems like. And then second, wouldn't it be hilarious to see like Isaiah Pacheco, like how he runs all crazy, like seeing him just run away from some trouble he got himself in, like in this
video, and everyone's like, "Dude, this motherfucker's so fast."
It's like, why is he running like that?
Like, how is he so fast? Why
does he look like that kid from the Wild Thornberry show?
He just looks so mad when he runs. Like,
he takes like 100 steps for every stride. So it looks like I don't know how he does it, but
I can't believe he still has like any amount of like juice left in his legs at this point. He's just using it all every play.
All right, Jake, what do you got for your underdog this week?
I'm sorry, Casey, but
it's fine.
I'm going Seahawks money line at plus 120. This was a tough one for me, but I mean the Seahawks are getting them at home. 49ers are coming in injured.
Yeah, who's playing receiver at this point, Casey? Ricky Pearsall. Is Juwan Jennings? I know they paid him earlier today. Is he playing? Is he healthy?
It's whoever's sitting in like seat 1B of the stadium.
All right. So like,
whoever decides to pay for the VIP.
When you wish that Jacob Cowling was healthy, it's not great.
We'll probably bring like Trent Taylor back or something like that for like the 100th time.
MVS off the practice squad.
He did get signed. Yeah, he did get signed to the active roster, which
I assume so. I mean,
I'm just like, God help us.
It's another body.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. I just think I don't even necessarily think the Seahawks are a better team. I just think with the 49ers being as injured as they are, Seahawks are getting them at home. I don't know. I mean, the Seahawks are one of the more peculiar teams to me this offseason. I'm very interested to see how Sam Darnold looks, how Cooper Kupp looks, but I think they have enough pieces to claw this one out against a kind of depleted 49ers team. So
yeah,
I gotta say, I didn't really like a lot of underdog bets this week, so I'm not especially confident in this. This is just kind of what I like the most out of what was on the board.
Yeah, I felt the same way looking at underdogs. It's hard.
You could have taken the Russell Wilson Giants to beat the Commanders.
No.
Yeah.
What a funny situation that whole thing is.
But yeah, so I don't have I did parlay all my picks together. So plus 718 for those. Bengals minus 5.5, Raiders plus 3. And then I have the Texans money line. That's a plus 718. And then I do have one prop bet that I am going to hammer, and it did well for me last year, and it's over Brock Purdy rushing yards. Now listen, his line is 12.5. He averaged 21.5 rushing yards last year.
Yeah.
And he can get that one rush. I know that people are down on Purdy. I get it, but he is a pretty good, with his legs. I think he does well moving around.
He'll also really need to probably do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's going to have to this week. So I'm loving plus or over 12.5. It's minus 113. Like I said, I'm going to put an unhealthy amount on that.
Nice.
There you
go. You guys are going to want to let me go last year, I
think.
Okay. we know why.
Yeah. Right. So I've got a really unfun parlay for the weekend, and then I've got a couple fun picks for tomorrow.
Okay.
So for the weekend, though, I've got Dolphins Colts under 47.5. Because again, I think the Colts have a pretty solid defense. I don't think the Colts are ever going to score more than 24 on anybody. It's kind of be the way their offense is. So I think this is going to be a 24-20 type game. Should clear 47, stay well under 47.5. And then Titans Broncos under 42.5. Cam Ward making his debut on a bad team against arguably the best defense in the league. They might score 3 points.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad. And I don't see Denver breaking 40 in this game.
No.
So I think that feels really safe. And then finally, we got Texans Rams under 43.5. This is going to be a defensive struggle. The Texans will not be able to block the Rams front seven at all. So they're going to struggle to do anything. And the Rams, especially with a not quite healthy Matt Stafford, I think they're going to really struggle to put up a lot of points against a pretty good Texans defense. I think that'll be – I don't know if either team's going to break 20 this week in that game. So I feel really good about this parlay at plus 583. Nice. It's not going to be fun. No one's going to want to watch those games, but you can make money.
And that's what matters, right,
guys? And then I do have tomorrow night, DraftKings has a really fun little offer right now. They're offering Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown. Instead of minus 185, it's at plus 100.
Yeah.
On Barkley anytime touchdown. So I'm hammering that.
That feels pretty good, folks.
Yeah.
I will say check your sports books because they are going crazy right now.
Yeah.
With promos, whatever sportsbook you're using. If anyone wants to sponsor us, definitely reach out.
Yeah, definitely sponsor us so we can make stupid decisions with more money though. Yeah.
Well, I would love to give out a promo on the site. So that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Be very fun. Yeah.
And then I'm also taking because they also offered a no sweat on that game, so I'm taking Saquon first touchdown score at plus 390.
I like that. Yeah,
they had a little dangerous because the tush push touchdowns are always a concern, but otherwise I like it.
I don't know. The Cowboys did just really upgrade their run defense.
Oh yeah.
Okay, skip Bayless.
Skip. Good, Jake.
I have the 3 picks I mentioned: Bengals -5.5, Steelers -3, and Cardinals -6.5. And then I took Panthers +3.5 against Jacksonville. I have the Seahawks money line, and then that last one that I didn't talk about was I took the Falcons money line against Tampa Bay at +114. Just an interesting game to me. Tampa Bay is also a bit injured coming into this one, and I'm really intrigued to see how Michael Penix looks this year. But I took him at +114. All 6 of those together comes out to +6,184. So $5 pays out $314.24. So I could become pretty rich this weekend if I just go 12 for 12 on all my football picks. So
there you go.
You're about to buy minority stake in the Giants.
Yep, there you go. Very healthy. A minority stake.
Yeah.
How much does $1,000 give me?
Yeah, it's like
Being that, I found out apparently Michael Strahan also had a bid and lost.
Giants.
Yeah.
Damn.
That would have been way more fun.
Yeah. So the freaking we'll say Cook. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Cook family. Do some research on the Cook family after the show.
The Cook family just need to.
Yeah, it's conglomerates, folks. They're not good. Let's just say that.
I did some research as soon as you mentioned them.
Yeah,
they're not good.
Not great, Bob. All right, buckle up, folks.
Here we go. Now, if you do want to become a Coke family,
if you want to become a minority owner in an NFL team, this is the parlay for you, folks. We're gonna do calm, cool 16-leg parlay this week, guys.
Oh my god!
Every game, all 32 teams, we're doing it. Just run down the list. Not gonna give a lot of insight into this because we don't got time for that. Eagles -8.5 because obviously, I don't know if I really need to explain that one anyway. Chargers, none of my picks that we talked about are necessarily in here because I did all this separately. Chargers +3. I still think they can cover if they don't win outright, like I said before. Commanders -5.5. Russell Wilson, I know him well, unfortunately. Panthers +3.5. Steelers -2.5. The Jets are bad and the Steelers are weird. -2.5. Raiders +2.5. I do think that they will beat the Patriots personally, but I also think it's possible that neither of these teams win because it'd be funny if they tied, given their circumstances. Cardinals -6.5. Again, pre-October Kyler Murray, top 5 most fun quarterback to watch in the NFL. Bengals -5.5, despite their Browns history, because the Browns are even more the Browns than they normally are the Browns. Dolphins +1.5. Mentioned that game earlier already. Tampa Bay -1.5. I will believe the Falcons are good when they are. That's kind of my point on that one. I know the Bucs have some injuries. We'll see how that plays out. Broncos -7.5. Titans are a real team when they are a real team also. So, again, we'll see how that goes. San Francisco -2.5. I do think the Niners are messed up right now a little bit. I also don't trust the Seahawks as far as I can throw them because of their decisions.
Quick update on the Niners that could help them win that game. Juwan Jennings did get a mini deal taken care of. Yeah, you guys already covered that.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Well, I mentioned that earlier, that he got his little mini deal. Nice for him. Everybody's getting little mini boosts except my boy Cam Hayward. What's he got to do? Be good at 40? I don't know.
I would say he has to not be 40 years old.
I guess. Fair enough. Packers -2.5. I think they beat the Lions once, and it's right away because that's when they might be able to. Rams -3. Old Matt Stafford beats new Matt Stafford, and that's kind of how I feel about that right now. Ravens -1.5. I think in the regular season, Ravens are just better than the Bills at pretty much everywhere almost. And the Vikings -1.5 because Chicago isn't allowed to have any fun. That's my whole thing on that. All that together, plus 3,380,838. So a calm, cool on a $10 wager, you'd be looking at $330,000 payout roughly. So if you want to buy a little bit of the Giants, play this parlay.
I'll get you a lot of.
If you want to make your voice heard in the Giants building,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to be able to vote on the fucking vending machine prices, I don't know. This is how much you need to spend on that, probably. So there you go.
I would say probably 100,000 gets you like preseason week 1 Gatorade choice.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. You get to talk to Russell Wilson for 5 minutes and ask him what's going on with the whole thing.
Do you really stand up in planes and stretch?
Yeah. Mr. Limited out there with
on limb.
Yeah.
God. All right.
I think I killed Dalton. He's just there and it's on.
Yeah, we gotta.
All right.
What a show this has been.
It has been a fun one. NFL's back, so I'm excited. There's nothing better. I know, Jake, with your time zone, you don't really get this, but there's nothing better than like a Thursday night football game at like 10 o'clock when it's like a team you don't even support, but you got to bet on them, and it's the NFL. It's just fun. Like, it's just a great time, so I'm excited for that. Before we go, anyone have any other bets? Anything else?
Are we doing a touchdown parlay tonight?
No, we're not. I was about to get into that. Yeah. So, kind of like we did our home run parlays. This year, we're going to do our touchdown parlays again. I think we hit it like once last year, maybe.
We did hit it once. I forget what.
All in one game. It was 3 guys.
Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was.
3 guys in that Lions and someone else game. I think Lions Niners.
I can't remember. It was like one of the weeks we shouldn't have hit probably, and we did.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weeks where it's just me hitting Will Levis throwing interception touchdowns, and that was it. And then we would.
They were hitting that.
It was the thing, like his legs would hit, and then we'd be like, Shane, are you serious, bro?
My touchdown picks would be like plus 2,500. They'd be the only one of ours that hit.
Yeah,
like,
we have like
that week or something.
Yeah, exactly. We have like Saquon and Travis Kelce, and then it's like the
Dalton
Titans
kept wanting
defense.
Josh Jacobs to score touchdowns, never would.
No, because Matt LaFleur hates him, and I don't get it.
I don't know, whatever.
So
he's a top 3 back in the league, arguably, and Matt LaFleur hates him. The league hates him.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, they ran the ball more than anyone in the league, by the way, and on a rate basis, and they still didn't score touchdowns.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Whatever.
Be on the lookout for that. We'll have that. Like I said, we'll have that out tomorrow. Try to have it out around lunchtime on the Eastern Seaboard there. That way, if we have any guys from Thursday night game, we'll have that for you guys. But be on the lookout for that. See you guys next week. I think we're around 9:45-ish again. So just be on the lookout for that. We'll tweet out before the show goes live. Good luck to everyone in week 1 NFL. Hopefully you have tons of success. Hopefully we all go – I don't even know if we can all go 3-0 because we have some opposing picks. Shane and Dalton can go 3-0. They have
yeah, that's true.
Basically the same board.
Listen, if I hit my parlay, you won't hear from me.
Yeah, if Shane's on the show
I'll be on a boat.
Yeah, if Shane's on the show next week, we know why.
Yeah,
so,
I'll be on a boat, dude.
Yeah. But thank you guys for watching tonight. Sorry it was a little later, but we appreciate it. And see you guys next week.